Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to match preview for Chelsea versus Aston Villa and, of course, a roundup of all the general Chelsea news. Big up to everyone that's locked in, guys. Make sure you're smashing the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. Make sure you get involved in the chat as well. There is plenty to dive into as always. We've got Enzo Maresca playing down any talk of a title race. Is this a Champions League six-pointer with Aston Villa? Plenty up for grabs. Chelsea only 3 points ahead of Villa. Villa with 2 wins from their last 2 trips to Stamford Bridge. You've got Maresca talking about where Nicholas Jackson can make improvements. Is Chelsea's home form cause for concern? We've got a little bit of an update on the Josh Akimpong contract situation as well. Plus, Chelsea are among the clubs monitoring Borussia Dortmund winger Jamie Gittens. And Leslie Ugochukwu doesn't appear to be happy at Southampton. He's deleted all photos of anything Southampton related from his Instagram page. So he's obviously all is not well in that regards for him. Anyway, let's say hello to a few people and then we will dive straight into proceedings. If Chelsea win tomorrow, we could be second place and above City. We could be, although I don't see us winning by 3 goals to move ahead of Arsenal on goal difference. So regardless, we might be able to go above City, but we might slip behind Arsenal on goal difference. I can see Noni getting dropped tomorrow quite potentially. We're going to dive into the Jamie Gittens thing. I think people need to relax on, what monitoring means. There's a big difference between monitoring before and then something actually materializing. Clubs monitor so many players all the time. So people thinking that monitoring equates an instant move, that just simply isn't the case at all. But we will dive into it. Another winger, just what we need. No, look, as I said, monitoring does not mean making a move. And Aaron obviously doesn't quite understand how things work here. Every time someone scores a goal, I'm in here saying Chelsea is on this player. Yes, of course. I'm just making things up. Why haven't I said that Bukayo Saka's joining or Jamal Musiala scored? This is what's being reported. This is not my news. This is from Sky Germany, and I don't actually work for Sky Germany. But yeah, mate, whatever makes you happy. When we're going to monitor, mate, Bastoni is never going to happen. Bastoni to Chelsea is never going to happen. 1, the ridiculous money, and 2, he's not really the type of defender that Chelsea are going to be looking at. Yes, big up. Don't need this guy. That's true. No, we don't need him. No, I absolutely agree. But clubs look at players all the time. That's the thing. It doesn't mean that a move is imminent. It doesn't mean that interest is going to be leveled up and things are suddenly going to become serious with Chelsea and Jamie Gittens. Yeah, Bino Gittens. Yeah, he doesn't go by Bino Gittens anymore. He just goes by Jamie Gittens now this season. But yeah, I believe he's a former Man City academy player, and he's now starting to get the same sort of recognition in Germany that Jadon Sancho was getting during his time at Dortmund. Obviously, he still needs to achieve a lot more to kind of reach anywhere near those levels. But yeah, he is obviously moving in that direction. And let's just cover this story then, because a lot of people are sort of getting a bit annoyed about it. Let's cover it then. Where is it? Have I just got rid of it? No, let me just quickly find it now. All right, it's up the top here. So Patrick Berger, who's a reporter for Sky Germany. I'm going to need that's going to have to be translated into English. Excellent. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham are all monitoring the situation surrounding Jamie Gittens, 20 years old. Borussia Dortmund sporting director Sebastian Kehl has only prematurely extended a contract with the mega jewel and breakthrough player, 7 goals, 4 assists this season until 2028, a year ago, and raised the basic salary to around €3 million without bonuses. The winger is currently not thinking about leaving, feels comfortable in Dortmund, and wants to stay for at least another year. However, according to Sky information, Gittens sees his long-term future in the Premier League, and potential clubs have already contacted the player's management. If a club offers 50 or 60 million euros in the summer, Dortmund will just shrug it off. The sum that would make the black and yellows give in 100 million euros. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham among the clubs are all monitoring the situation. So that is what's going on in regards to Jamie Bino Gittens. It's nothing's being made up here. This is information that's coming from Sky Germany. I have not made anything up. I'm not sure if what's his name, Aaron is still locked in, or he wants to, show his face after being corrected. If you're going to call me out for stuff, at least make sure you get your facts right. Otherwise, you're going to look pretty stupid. So there we go. Anyway, yeah, look, Gittens obviously scored today again for Borussia Dortmund in the Classico against Bayern Munich, which finished 1-1. And look, I understand why Chelsea are monitoring these kinds of players, because they're always interested in getting sort of the best young talent around. But of course, we don't need any additional wingers. We don't need any more wide players. If any attacking players are going to come in, it will obviously be in a centre forward position rather than wide. If we're going to bring any wide players in, it would require wide players to leave. We've already got Esteval arriving next summer. So yeah, look, I don't see anything in this. Clubs monitor players all the time. Clubs scout players all the time. It doesn't mean that anything is imminent in regards to a move in any sort of situation with that one. Obviously, Gittens himself is having a good season at Dortmund. He obviously came through the ranks at Man City, similarly to Jadon Sancho, made the move to Germany at a young age, and he's got 4 goals and 3 assists he's got 7 GNA and 12 Bundesliga matches, which for a 20-year-old is not bad at all. He might not be a million miles from the England setup if he keeps going the way that he's going. He is predominantly a left winger, can also play on the right-hand side if necessary. Obviously, he's under contract at Dortmund until 2028. And this is kind of the beginning of what potentially could be a breakthrough season for him. 3 goals and 3 assists in 11 Bundesliga games. Actually, that's probably not been updated on transfer marks yet. He's got 4 goals and 1 assist in 5 Champions League games this season. So yeah, look, the guy is starting to show what he's about, starting to deliver, starting to deliver decent attacking returns. In terms of what he'd done last season, I don't think it was anything spectacular. He made 25 Bundesliga appearances, 6 assists and 1 goal. We only scored 2 goals last season in 34 appearances in all competitions, as what would have been a 19-year-old. So yeah, look, nothing particularly to shout home about from Jamie Gittens last season. This season obviously started well, and he is going to be attracting suitors from around Europe. That's just natural. When players start doing well, you're gonna start attracting suitors from around Europe, big clubs, Premier League clubs. No, he's not mid. He's a young player that's obviously developing and has made a very good start to the season. But other than that, there's not really too much more to add about Jamie Bino Gittens. It's just monitoring at this stage, I think, serious. Yeah, this is what people don't understand. People sort of hear monitoring and they're like, oh my God, it's a move is happening. No, there's so many stages to go through before monitoring becomes serious interest, before a bid gets thought about, and all these sorts of things. Right now, Chelsea just keeping an eye on the situation. It's nothing more than that. But yeah, look, it doesn't really make any sense for Chelsea in terms of we're well stocked in the wide areas. Esteval Willian is obviously arriving in the summer, and yeah, it's that simple. We've got Kendry Paez coming as well. The only attacking players that should be arriving is a centre forward, and unless 2 wide players leave, then I don't see any further wide players coming in. There's just no need for it. And I'm sure Gittens will probably stay at Dortmund this season. If he does really well, he may well get a move next summer. Tottenham would be a good move for him. Maybe Arsenal as a Saka alternative or whatever it might be. But yeah, I agree with Shano here. Like, I don't think Chelsea are going to be spending an awful lot of money on players in the next few years. I think very much, the recruits now are going to be very targeted. It's going to be goalkeeper, centre back, striker, I think will be sort of 3 positions that we look to fill, and then anything else will very much be on a sort of a 1 in, 1 out basis. The bulk of the squad building's been done. Now we're targeting specified areas, and any signings are going to be basically striker, centre forward, goalkeeper, signings for the future potentially if we decide we're going to get any more of those, and then very much kind of a 1 in, 1 out policy in regards to anyone else that may well be coming through the doors. So yeah, that is the latest on that one. Don't really think there's going to be anything serious mounting from it from a Chelsea perspective, though, guys. But that is the latest on Chelsea and Jamie Gittens at Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, all monitoring the situation as well. But yeah, I think that the days of the big spending right now are probably behind us. And, you know, the bulk of the squad building's done, and it's going to be very targeted now in terms of what sort of players we are looking to bring in. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But I don't expect anything serious from Chelsea and Jamie Gittens. So there we go. Right, moving away from Jamie Bino Gittens, let's quickly move on to Leslie Ugochukwu's situation. Now, this is a bit of a strange one. Not really too sure what's going on there, but let's just quickly mop this up anyway. So, obviously, as we know, Ugochukwu joined Southampton on loan this season. He had a pretty good pre-season. He scored a few goals. And you're sort of thinking, yeah, okay, let's get this guy out on loan. Let's get him playing regular Premier League football and see how he develops over the course of the season. Unfortunately, Chelsea don't seem to pick Premier League loans particularly well. Andre Santos's move to Nottingham Forest last year was a complete and utter disaster. And it looks like Leslie Ugochukwu's move to Southampton could be going down a similar path. Now, report in the Mirror today, Ugochukwu has wiped all traces of Southampton from his Instagram account in an apparent protest against his lack of game time. Eagle-eyed Saints fans noticed on Saturday morning that Ugochukwu had scrubbed all mentions of his current side. He was conspicuously absent from the Southampton squad for Friday night's 1-1 draw against Brighton, with Russell Martin not offering an explanation. Obviously, Ugochukwu won't be featuring in Southampton's next game either, because it's against us, and obviously the conditions of the loan means that he can't play. In terms of how much has Ugochukwu played, let's have a quick look now. I don't think he's actually featured that much. I'm pretty certain he's only started two Premier League games this season, which is not brilliant at all. Only started 2 Premier League games. He's come on as a sub a few times. So yeah, in total, the guy, Leslie Ugochukwu, this season for Southampton has made 6 Premier League appearances, totaling 209 minutes. And he's played 216 minutes and 3 Carabao Cup appearances. He's made 9 appearances in all competitions. And he has not featured for Southampton since, well, let's have a look when he last featured for Southampton. Leslie Ugochukwu played 1 minute for Southampton in their win against Everton. To be fair, he did, and then he played half an hour against Wolves. So he's played really fairly recently. He played 52 minutes. Sorry, he played 38 minutes against Liverpool. So he's getting a few minutes here and there. But then he was just left out of the squad completely. So he's he's been in the starting 11 twice, subbed on in 4 occasions, left on the bench on the other 5. So he's not really playing that much. He started all 3 of Southampton's Carabao Cup ties against Cardiff, Everton and Stoke. So he's playing regularly in the Cups. But yeah, it's not going particularly well. He's obviously not happy with something. And Chelsea need to get these things right, you know. And they learned from Andre Santos. And if things don't change, you know, between now and January, then there is absolutely 0 points whatsoever in Leslie Ugochukwu staying at Southampton if he's not going to get regular game time. Complete and utter waste of time. Clearly something's not right here. You don't just delete all traces of Southampton from your social media if everything's fine. It might sound like a bit of a childish thing to do. It probably is. The kid's 20. He's really frustrated with his lack of playing time, and he's decided to remove all traces of Southampton from his social media. Let's wait and see how this one pans out. But so far, the early evidence is suggesting that this loan move to Southampton for Ugochukwu is not working out particularly well for the Frenchman. Maresca is worse than him. He came from the City Academy to bring him to Chelsea. Well, I don't think we're going to be signing every City Academy player. It needs to be recalled in January. Well, he started 2 games. He's obviously featured in more than 2 games, but he's only started 2. Wonder if we bring Ugochukwu back in January and sell Cassidy. No, I don't think we'll sell Cassidy in January. Ugochukwu more than likely will be recalled. Will be recalled in January if the situation doesn't improve, and then we'll look to send him somewhere else to help develop him. But yeah, there's something not quite adding up with that situation with Leslie Ugochukwu. Something is not making sense there. Something really isn't making sense for him to do that, and why he's maybe not featured on a more regular basis. I don't know why clubs sign these players and then don't really fancy using them. I know it's not up to them to develop players for us, but you think if someone's making a loan signing, the chances are they'd feature fairly regularly. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that just isn't the case, guys. If he comes back to Chelsea in January, what we're going to do with him? Well, we'll just send him back on loan. Yeah, no, he absolutely is. Casadei's not got a long-term future at Chelsea at all. Ugochukwu, possibly. Still only 20 years old, but Santos is definitely the pick of the bunch, and he will be part of the first-team squad next season, no doubt about it. But yeah, interesting goings-on with Leslie Ugochukwu at St Mary's. Let's wait and see how this one pans out, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Chelsea were to recall him in January and send him elsewhere. Yeah, there have been a few too many. Look, largely the loans, the loans haven't been too bad, but certainly when we've loaned to fellow Premier League sides, it's been no good. It's really not worked well. You know, the Santos at Forest last season, and now we're looking at Ugochukwu at Southampton this season, looking like 2 loans that are just not going very well at all. I think obviously Andre Santos could have done a job around the first team this season, but I think it's important that he goes out and plays regularly. He's bossing it at Strasbourg in Liga, and let's hope that let's hope that continues. Let's absolutely hope that continues for the duration. And he really pushes on, because there's a top player there that will have a big role to play next season and for many years to come for Chelsea. And possibly Ugochukwu could maybe, in a similar fashion, he's that tall, physically imposing type of midfielder, that profile we don't really have in the squad. Let's wait and see. But you can't afford to be wasting time with loans that simply are not working. Guys, we're only on 19 likes. Let's run these likes up, people. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. We're only on 19 likes and there's 40 people in the building. Let's get this to 50 likes as quickly as possible. What are you lot saying in the chat? Happy to have Neto back in training. Yes, absolutely. Right, let's move away from that Leslie Ugochukwu stuff then, and let's talk all things Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Let's have a look at the state of play then after Saturday's games, and we have dropped a couple of places in the table. As you can see here, people, we have dropped outside of the top 4. But obviously we have got a game in hand against Aston Villa tomorrow. Aston Villa have dropped 1 place down to 9th. This is a huge game now. You know, Arsenal, unfortunately, are starting to hit some decent form now. They swept aside a shit West Ham side 5-2, all 7 goals coming in the first half. Looks like we potentially maybe played them at a good time. They are starting to hit good form. Brighton obviously missed a big opportunity to get a couple more points on the board when they drew 1-1 against Southampton last night. And we don't know what's going to happen with City and Liverpool tomorrow. So we really need to take advantage of this opportunity we've got against Aston Villa to move up to 25 points and probably go third in the table, because I don't see us beating Villa by 4 goals tomorrow to overtake the goal difference that we're down on with Arsenal. Now, obviously, people are talking about this game, and do you know what's mad, right? Aston Villa have won their last 2 trips to Stamford Bridge without conceding a goal. And also what's interesting as well, people, is that we have got the lowest win percentage at home in the Premier League in terms of our percentage of points that have come from home. So out of the 22 points that we've got, guys, and I only realised this earlier today. So out of the 22 points that we've scored, people, if I filter this through, look where we are for home form. Chelsea have nine of our 22 points. So here, 9 of our 22 points have come from home. So that means that the remaining 15 is 15 and 9. No, the remaining 14 points, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No, 16. I don't know. What's 22 minus 9, people? This is embarrassing. What's 22 minus 9? 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. The remaining, so we've picked up 13 points on the road and only 9 points at home. That home form is really poor. 2 wins from 6. But having said that, we have only lost 1 game at home. It's the draws that are killing us. We've drawn 3 against Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, and obviously Arsenal last time out at Stamford Bridge. So I don't want to say that the home form is an issue or that the home form is a concern or anything like that, but it is a little bit of a worry that we have only got 1 win at home. Even though it's only 1 loss, it is still only 1 win, and that's not a good position to be in. Not a good position to be in. We need to drastically pick those points up now and make sure that we are getting back on track with wins at home. But I just thought that was quite an interesting thing to highlight. That we haven't actually, we've only won 2 out of 6 at home, and such a small percentage of our points have actually come at Stamford Bridge. 9 points out of 22 from the Bridge. That's got to change, and that's got to change starting tomorrow. Admittedly, our next 2 league games are away from home, which might suit us better. After tomorrow, we don't play at home again until December 15th. It's 3 away games in a row: Southampton, Tottenham, and then Astana in the Conference League. Then once we've played Brentford at home on the 15th, we then go away to Everton on the 22nd. So there is only really 1 game at home coming up between now. We play once at home before Christmas, guys. So and that's tomorrow. The rest we're on the road. So, you know, maybe that might help us out. I don't actually know. But if we just contrast that, let's have a look at what Aston Villa's home form is. The same as ours. They've got exactly the same record at home: 2 wins, 3 draws, and a defeat. But if we go to the away form, let's see what Villa's away form is like. So we've got the second best away form in the league, 6-4-1. We've got better away form than Arsenal, better than Forest. Villa have got decent-ish away form as well. So we've picked up 3 more wins than Villa away from home. So we've just got 1 more win than Villa away from home. But Villa's away form is pretty good as well. So this is going to be a tricky task, guys. There's absolutely no denying that whatsoever. This will be a tricky task. Can we get the job done? Yeah, absolutely we can get the job done. We can absolutely get these 3 points here. But Aston Villa are tricky customers. I know they've not won a game since the... I don't think they've won a game since sort of the middle of October when they beat Fulham away. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I don't really know what to expect. I feel confident that we can get the job done, but home form not great this season. Villa decent away form. Villa with 2 wins from their last 2 visits to Stamford Bridge, and you're kind of just looking at it and you're thinking, this is problematic. This could be a little bit problematic for us. But at the same time, I think we've got the ability to do it. Villa are conceding quite a few goals recently as well, leaving a lot of space, which is unlike them. Let's have a look at Aston Villa's goals conceded. this season. They've conceded 19 goals. So that's 5 more goals than us. 19 goals is, it's not great. Brentford conceded 23. I mean, look at this. If we were to lose tomorrow, Brentford are only fucking 2 points behind us if we lose tomorrow. So, yeah, this is a really, really important game. A win would see us go third, probably. We'd move level on points of Arsenal in second place, unless we can get a convincing win, in which case we might leapfrog them on the goal difference. But obviously, as expected, there's been, each game that Chelsea win and each game that we stay a little bit closer, to the top, there's more and more talk about Chelsea being in a title race. Now, I'm not buying into any of that whatsoever. It literally makes zero sense to be drawn into that. We're just taking things one game at a time. We're just going to do us. We're just going to focus on us, and we will see where we end up come the end of the season. Now, Maresca's been speaking about the title race, about talk of Chelsea being in a title race, and he gave quite a detailed explanation, which, I think he's absolutely spot on. It's nice to see the team improving. That is important. It is nice, a good feeling. It absolutely is. The feel-good factor is 100% back at the ground, and, fans are actually enjoying going to games again, wanting games to come thick and fast rather than, dreading the games, longing for international breaks. At the same time, you need to be realistic, and you can see the difference between us and the rest at the moment. This doesn't mean we are not going to win games and not compete until the end, but the main focus has to be the feeling we're improving game after game. City lost 3 games in a row, but they're still second. Arsenal are there. Liverpool are doing fantastic as well. For me, it's not about the points and table that they are ahead of us. It's the process. He's absolutely spot on. Forget the table. It's the process. Arsenal 5 years together. City almost 10. Liverpool's a bit different, but they got exactly the same squad plus Chiesa, who's barely played. This is the reason. It's not about points or difference in the table. It's the time together. And he's absolutely spot on with what he says there. He's managing expectations. He's being honest. And, anyone who would seemingly be annoyed by those comments or not understand those comments is clearly completely and utterly missing the point here. We're not in a title race. Our aim is to qualify for the Champions League next season. If that's 4th, if that's 5th, if it's 3rd, if it's 2nd, whatever it might be, then so be it. Then so be it. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, to be getting drawn into title race conversation, or anything like that. It really doesn't make sense to be drawn into that sort of thing. And let's see where the season takes us. Let's take it one game at a time. Man City are a better team than us. Arsenal are a better team than us. Liverpool are a better team than us. And that's because they've been together longer. They're more settled and they've had more time with their managers. We are doing very well, and we're competing with Arsenal right now in terms of where we are in the league. We're competing with Man City at the moment, even though they're in a difficult period. But we just got to focus on ourselves. We've got to focus on improving in the areas that we need to improve in, and take it game by game, and let's see where it ends up. Now, obviously, if we were to get to, end of January, February time, and we were 5 or 6 points off the top in a hypothetical situation, then it is hard to keep playing down talk of a title race. But right now, I think it's very premature. It's very wide of the mark, and it's just simply unrealistic for anyone to be thinking of those expectations for Chelsea. We all know what the expectations are this season. They are win the Conference League, and they are to qualify for the Champions League. Anything else is a bonus for us in that regard. Anything else is a bonus. We're just going to do our thing. Let's see where it takes us. Let's see where it takes us come the end of the season. And it's as simple as that. Absolutely as simple as that. But what are you lot saying in the chat? Let me know. Is it right to manage expectations? Who in the chat actually thinks we're in a title race? Does anyone in the chat think we're in a title race? If you do, then state your case, say your thing. Let's hear what you have got to say. By the way, guys, keep smashing the like button. We're on 29 likes. We've got to get this to 50 likes minimum. I know it's a Saturday night. People are probably out, better things to do or whatever, but we're still bringing the content because we don't want to miss any preview streams. Keep smashing that like button, guys. Let's get this past 50 likes. Subscribe if you're new around here, all that good stuff. People in the chat, let me know when we're on 50 likes. So what are you lot saying? Do I think next season? Yeah, potentially. Absolutely. You know, I think next season we have to start showing that we are serious about challenging. And that does mean giving a pretty good account of ourselves across the course of the season. But next season, in the next couple of seasons, absolutely what I'm expecting. Yes, Ibo, big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. What about the FA Cup? Yeah, look, we need to go for the FA Cup as well. You know, every competition we're in, we aim to win it. And considering we've only got really 2 chances of winning a trophy, because we're not going to win the league this season. The Carabao Cup's gone. We've got Conference League, which we're overwhelming favourites for. The FA Cup also needs to be taken seriously. Take the FA Cup seriously, and let's see how it goes. But look, for me, top 4 in a Conference League are a minimum expectations. If we can have a decent run in the FA Cup as well, all the better. It's a no for the title race, absolutely. I actually think if we are within 5 points in January and we get a goalkeeper, why not? 2 things with that, brother. We're not going to get a goalkeeper in January. And are we going to be within 5 points in January? I am not so sure. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not entirely sure on that one. But do you know what? You never know. You do never know, people. What are we saying? Maybe next season. Not with Sanchez. I agree. Challenge for top 4 has always been the goal. Yeah, that is always the goal for this season. Anything else is a bonus, as I've said. Are we easily going to cakewalk the Conference League? Look, I don't want to sit here and say we're 100% going to win it, but I would be very, very surprised and shocked if we didn't. You look at the level of opposition that are in there, the teams that are in there. It's really only Fiorentina and possibly Real Betis that are the teams that would potentially give us any issues. I just don't see it, guys. I really don't see it. I would expect us to reasonably comfortably win this competition, and if we don't, then it's a complete and utter failure on our behalf. No title talk until Feb. Keep the pressure off the boys. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. If we're 5 or 6 points off the top come the end of January, start of February, different conversation to have. But right now, one game at a time, focus on what we need to do, improve, forget about everyone else, just make sure that we do our job, and let's see where it takes us in regards to that. Top 4 for me this season in Conference League, yeah. I can see Disasi leaving. Yeah, look, Disasi will leave, whether it's in January or whether it's next summer. He will almost certainly be gone. Almost certainly. In terms of what else we are looking at here, let's see, Danuga Chukwu. Yeah, in terms of the game itself, guys, I mean, I'm not too sure what to expect in terms of what we're going to get. It's very, very difficult to know what we're going to get. Very, very difficult to know. So we're gonna have to wait and see. We are gonna have to wait and see how we get on. But I think this is going to be a very, very tight game. Villa are good. Chelsea are good. You know, we've got to be absolutely on it because Villa have got players that can hurt us, by the way. Ollie Watkins, John Duran, Morgan Rogers is playing exceptionally well. I do not want to see anyone else doing this celebration at Stamford Bridge other than Cole Palmer. If I see Morgan Rogers doing this tomorrow, long day, long day. But yeah, look, Morgan Rogers, Leon Bailey, Tielemans, they've got Boubacar Kamara back. Kamara and Amadou Onana is a monstrous midfield. And that's going to be a huge, huge physical battle up against Caicedo and Enzo, if it's up against Caicedo and Lavia or whatever it might be. You know, a draw is very possible. A draw is very possible, bro. I could definitely see that happening. No doubt about it. You know, you could see that happening. Onana was a doubt, but I could almost guarantee that he'll be named in a starting lineup. You know, I just don't see how he doesn't. Duran hasn't scored in 6. Villa haven't won since October 19th. Chelsea have got, hopefully we're not going to live up to our charity FC tag. So one of those two things will happen. Villa will score or Duran will, or Villa will win or Duran will score. Or maybe Duran will score and a Villa win and we're double fucked. This is the one he would, but maybe since we almost bought him, he would avoid that goal. No, mate, players don't think like that. He's not going to think, oh, I'm not going to score a goal because I might want to join this club. That's not how it works. Palmer destroyed Onana as but Villa are miles better than Everton, and he's going to be playing in a much better team, So yeah, look, there's no doubt about it on that one. Sanchez, this game, you absolutely, yeah, look, we cannot afford any mistakes from Robert Sanchez in this game. Absolutely zero mistakes from Robert Sanchez, because if there are mistakes from Robert Sanchez, it is a long day for us. We cannot afford for that to happen. Philip Jorgensen's put in an exceptional display on Thursday night against Heidenheim, and now the pressure's really on Sanchez. If he makes a few more mistakes again, then we are in problems, because then it's really ramping the pressure up, and we cannot afford for mistakes to be made at this crucial part of the season, particularly when the table's so tight and the race for the top 4 is arguably the most competitive it's been in years. If we can beat Villa, Southampton and Spurs, that'll be amazing. Bro, it would be more than amazing. It would be perfect and the best possible outcome. Do I believe we're going to win all 3 of those games? No, I don't. Do I think we'll get 7 points? I think, look, for me, we'd love the 9 points. But I think if you can get 7 points from these next 3, Tottenham away, Villa at home and Southampton away, I would take that. But it needs to be 7 points minimum. I think anything less than 7 points from these next 3 games really isn't good enough, in my opinion. Neto and Jackson 1 game away from suspension. Well, I mean, just get booked tomorrow. Miss the Southampton trip, because we do not want Neto or Jackson being suspended for next weekend's game against Tottenham, because that's going to be far more important for us to have them available for. If they miss the Southampton game, it is what it is. We shouldn't really be having too many issues moving past Southampton. We just shouldn't, you know. That is the reality of the situation, guys. We should not be having issues against fucking Southampton. So yeah, Neto and Jackson get booked against Southampton, or if they don't get booked, get booked tomorrow. They don't get booked tomorrow. I would be leaving. I would honestly be at the point of leaving them on the bench for the game against Southampton, because you don't want to run the risk of these men missing the game against Tottenham. We need both of those players for the game at Tottenham away, and you know, it's an unnecessary risk to take if they're still a booking away from suspension, and then you play them against Southampton. You know exactly what will happen. One of them will pick up a stupid booking, and we'll be without a key player for the game against Tottenham. With Sanchez, do you think to yourself, he hasn't been that bad, then he goes on to make a mistake? Always happens, mate. This is the type of game I judge our progress on. Yep, exactly. This is exactly it. You know, we haven't had a good record against Aston Villa recently. These are the games against Aston Villa. We'll see how much progress we've made against Brentford at home. You know, we've lost our last 3 matches at Stamford Bridge against Brentford. You know, those sorts of games. Record away at Everton's terrible. If we can win those games, that's showing signs of major improvement as a team. That's what I'm going to be looking at. The games that we've struggled in big time over the past few seasons. Have we made an improvement in said games this season? That is going to be the key thing for us. The absolute key thing for us is whether we can do that. Do I believe we can do that? I hope so. But it's going to be very difficult to tell, guys. Very difficult to tell whether we're going to have made the improvements required. But I am hopeful. I am more than hopeful that we can do it. I'm more than hopeful that we can do it. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how things go for us, though. But yeah, I think it's possible. 9 points. It's not easy. It absolutely isn't easy. 9 points possible. Absolutely easy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. Sanchez is 2 games away from suspension. 2 yellows from suspension. So if Neto starts on the right wing tomorrow, we beat Villa. Well, I don't know if it's as easy as that. Yeah, Jorgensen should be starting tomorrow, but Jorgensen will not play again until December 12th against Astana. I'd be shocked if he played in any of these next 3 Premier League games. He should, but yep, they do. Southampton are going to have obviously no Gachukwu because he's on loan from us. Tyler Dibbling, who's looking like it looks like a top prospect, is suspended. I think they've got 2 others suspended as well. They've got 3 key players suspended for the game against us. Doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but it definitely makes that task a lot easier for us. So we shouldn't be looking ahead to the Southampton game. We should be looking at the game against Aston Villa. All focus should primarily be on that, and anything else is secondary right now, because this is the most important game, and this is a Champions League 6-pointer, guys, because this is a chance to put, if we win, we put 6 points between us and Villa. Now, that's not insurmountable, but that is a good gap to have at this stage of the season to one of your primary competitors for a top 4 position. Do I realistically, Villa are our rivals? They are. They absolutely are. Do I see Gusto starting both games? No, probably not. Sanchez, there's 2 games. I have a feeling Maresca will drop Madueke. Madueke, I think, will start tomorrow, but I think that he won't start against Southampton. Gusto might invert, but hopefully he doesn't invert into the number 10 position. As an American, where can I buy jerseys in American sizes? I mean, they should sell them in America. They sell Chelsea shirts in America. I mean, they're produced by Nike. I would have thought in a sports shop in America or in a Nike store in America, they would have Chelsea shirts, because Chelsea's quite big in America, and the kits are produced by Nike. So I would have thought they just sell them in your normal sports shops. But if they don't, I don't really know. No, he won't play Fofana at right. The only way that Fofana plays at right back tomorrow is if Gusto's not fit. That is the only way that happens, and there are no indications that Gusto is not going to be fit. Guys, we're 13 likes away from 50. There's 50 people in the building. There's definitely people in here who have not liked the stream. So make sure you are smashing that like button, guys. And make sure you are also subscribing to the channel if you are new around here. It would be greatly appreciated, guys. It really helps me out. It really supports the channel and myself. So yeah, if you could smash the likes, it helps boost in the algorithm. Like the stream, people. It's free. I don't ask for any money or anything like that. So yeah, guys, this really helps me out. So if we can get 10 more likes on the stream to 50, then that would be greatly appreciated. Let's get it done in the next 2 minutes, guys. It really takes seconds. Someone in the chat, let me know when it's done. Villa high line could suit Mudryk. Mudryk's pushing for a start. He's not a million miles away from a Premier League start. Will it be tomorrow? I don't think so. Very good option to have from the bench, but I think Mykhailo Mudryk for a Premier League start against Southampton on Wednesday night is very much a possibility. Very, very much a possibility. That was it. Flynn Downs, Harwood Bellis, and Dibbling suspended. Dibbling was at us, was from us, but he left to go and pursue first team football, and you can't argue against it. You cannot argue against it. So, but yeah, no Flynn Downs, Harwood Bellis, or Dibbling is a massive, massive plus on Wednesday night. Yes. Be lots of changes against Southampton. Yeah, there will. I don't think there'll be like 10 or 11 changes like we see in the Premier League. But yeah, I think there'd be 4 or 5 changes to the starting lineup for this Southampton game. bro, as long as we win, I don't care what happens. If it's a scrappy 1-0 with a dog shit goal and we win in the last minute, that suits me down to the ground. Suits me down to the ground. Whatever it is, however it happens, however it comes, I will take the win. Unless Sancho isn't ready or Neto plays right wing, Neto will play on the right tomorrow, and I think Neto will play left wing tomorrow. In my opinion, we will be fine. I hope so. I think he goes Neto, Madueke tomorrow, Mudryk, Sancho on Wednesday. That is what I would agree with. Thoughts on Gittens? Yeah, he's having a good season so far. He's making an impact. He's 20 years of age. Exciting prospect, but again, a position that we don't need to fill. So yeah, I don't see it going any further than just having a look at what he's doing, basically, which is what Chelsea and other clubs do for loads and loads of players. Yeah, no, they are. There's a lot of fans that are overconfident about this one. I'm confident that we can do a good job, but I'm not heading into this game thinking, oh yeah, you know what, we're definitely going to win this game, because football doesn't work like that. Football simply does not work like that. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to see tomorrow. I think we're going to see a good game of football, a competitive match. Both teams have got the players to hurt one another, and I think it's going to come down to which team is going to take their chances and which team doesn't make defensive mistakes. Because Chelsea have been making defensive mistakes, and Villa have been conceding a few goals recently as well. Yeah, this is where we could really come into our own, because we're going to be able to make so many changes and keep players fresh and have different options from the bench. And in this congested, busy period, that's where it works its best. That is where it works its best in terms of in terms of what we're looking to do. That's where it's going to be really, really important. I think this is where you could see us hopefully have a really good period in the build up to Christmas, because we've got those options of the games coming thick and fast to rotate, and the quality is still there as well for us. Yeah, we did get Dibbling. Yes, we did, but he was with us and he went back to Southampton. Not only Madueke to have a good performance tomorrow. Yeah, not just Madueke. We need everyone to have a good performance tomorrow. Everyone needs to be on their game to give us the best chance of winning. Everyone has to be. Palmer, Jackson, Neto, and Felix starts. I don't think Felix will start this game. I'd be very surprised if Joao Felix started this game. I don't think he does. I think he comes off the bench. So, yeah, let's wait and see. Best possible goalkeeper or striker in January. Liam Delappen. I don't know in terms of a goalkeeper. We're not going to get a goalkeeper. We're not going to get either of those positions in January. Is there any world where City don't make it to the top four? Maybe far, far away in a different galaxy. I would be shocked if Man City didn't finish in the top four. Absolutely shocked. But this is football. Anything is possible, and stranger things have happened. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, mate. But I would be very, very surprised if City did not make the top four. That would be a monumental drop off, absolutely monumental, and I simply do not see that happening. So I think we're going to struggle going 2-2. Yeah, I mean, I spoke to a couple of Villa fans, on previews and stuff, and they both predicted 2-2. Two different Villa fans, two different channels. They both predicted 2-2 draw. So yeah, this could be an interesting one. You just don't know what you're going to get here. Goals. I think there'll be goals because both teams do concede goals. We don't keep very many clean sheets. Villa don't tend to keep many clean sheets. So, yeah, it's on. It is on. What do you think we do with Nkunku? Look, Nkunku will play. He'll get opportunities. He will start against Southampton on Wednesday night. I'm almost certain of that. And it's up to him to make the most of those opportunities, to show that he should be featuring on a more regular basis. But he will be here until the end of the season, at which point I suspect he probably will leave, because we're probably going to look to bring a striker in. And that means that there's not really a position for him, unfortunately. Yes, yes, yes. As Dreamer, I was about to call you Dream ER, but it's obviously Dreamer. Um, guys, as Dreamer says, smash that like button. 6 to 50, and there's 54 in the building. Get it done, guys. Get it done. Wouldn't even look at left wing unless we get a grade A, like a Rodrigo or a Scalia. We have more press. Yeah, no, left wing not important. Wingers in general not important. Fancy a 1-1 draw? Yep. I think this fixture will be easier than we expect it to be. 3-1 win for me. Yusuf, I would love to share that confidence, but I don't think it's going to be particularly easy at all. I really don't. Who would you play in midfield? Enzo, Caicedo or Lavia? We're going to get onto the team in a sec. Don't you think we either need to trim the squad or recruit some experienced players? We don't need to trim the look. Players will leave. Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, etc. Cassidy will go at some point. Players will leave, and then it's going to be a case of look. We're going to add a centre back. We're going to hopefully sign a striker. That for me, I don't see much more business than that happening. You know, I really don't see much more business than that happening at this point in time, guys. I really don't. What else are we looking at in the chat? The game tomorrow is tough. Try not to lie. We also need to up our goal difference. Yeah, of course. You know, goal difference is important, but the 3 points are more important. So yeah, let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. If Enzo starts tomorrow, we might outscore Villa. Yeah, look, for sure. I mean, we've got the capabilities of doing it. So let's just get it done. We need to beat Villa tomorrow. Charlie can't take a loss or defeat at this moment. No, we absolutely can't. A defeat would be really poor, really poor, because the table's so tight and you're heading into this busy run of fixtures. You don't want to be leaving points on the table. This is our chance now to really hammer home our place in the top 4 and put a bit of breathing space between the contenders. Newcastle dropping more points today. You know, we've got a chance to take points off Villa tomorrow. Tottenham could drop points against Fulham. It would be a very Tottenham thing to do with the way that they're playing at the moment in terms of their consistency levels. So yeah, we are in it, guys. We are in this. You know, there's no doubt about it. We are in this. We need to beat Villa tomorrow. Yep, agreed. Jorgensen to take the number 1 spot around Christmas. That would be a brilliant Christmas present. Nothing for Christmas for me. Just give me Philip Jorgensen as Chelsea's number 1 goalkeeper. Yep, Brighton dropped points as well. So look, we've had Newcastle dropping points. We've had Brighton dropping points. Man City or Liverpool, one of those teams are going to drop points. Spurs or Fulham, one of them teams are going to drop points. So yeah, all things are potentially pointing in the right direction, guys. I agree. I don't see Felix starting. If Sanchez gets injured, he'll lose his spot. Well, yeah, obviously. Do you think we keep a clean sheet? No, bro. Jorgensen's not playing tomorrow unless Sanchez is ill, or unless Sanchez gets ill or gets injured between now and kickoff. We're going to get to that. I'm confident. I don't know why. 3-0 or 3-1. No, we haven't. I think someone in the chat said the last time we beat Villa at Stamford Bridge was the Lukaku brace. That must have been 2021. Was that 2021? I think we haven't won the last 3. I know Villa have won their last 2 in a row at Stamford Bridge. That's kind of mental, isn't it? That is a madness that we're not able to, that we haven't been able to get those wins against them. I think Southampton's a must-win game, but defo Villa avoiding defeat is good. Yeah, look, no game's a must-win at this stage of the season, but I think that, you know, this Villa game tomorrow is must not lose, but I think Southampton and Tottenham are must-wins. But, you know, is beating Aston Villa at home easier than beating Tottenham away? Probably for Chelsea, it's more difficult, given how good our record is against Spurs and given how good our away form has been in general this season. Rivals thought we were done and dusted. Apparently, our project made no sense. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to challenge for the league. Yep, it's mad, bro. It's mad. Yep, top 4 on a trophy was my expectations at the start of the season, and it is still my expectations, regardless of anything else that other people are trying to say. Pressure that people are trying to put on. Oh, when you're going to say you're in a title race? No, I'm not saying we're in a title race because we aren't. It's as simple as that. We take it one game at a time. We focus on ourselves, and we see where we end up. You know, we're not a better team than Arsenal. We're not a better team than Man City. We're not a better team than Liverpool. Simple as that. As far as I'm concerned, guys. Simple as that. Villa has seen this game as a bit of a free hit considering current situations of both clubs. Villa are winners in their last 7, but they're only 3 points behind us. Draw or win will take us third. We need to go big to go second. Well, look, the only way we'll be second is if we win by like 3 goals or something. I don't see that happening. Our players might surprise us tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully in a good way. Jackson brace incoming. Let's hope so. 2 of Jorgensen's saves the other day. Yeah, they absolutely were. Absolutely were. If we win or draw, we defo go to third. Yeah, for sure. Yes, big up, people. We've hit the 50 likes. Have we hit the 50 likes? No, it still says 49 likes on mine. So we're still lacking 1 more like, guys. So smash it up. 58 in the building. Make sure you smash that like button. It's free and it takes seconds to do. So run it up, people. Run it up. Let's get it to 60, though. 60 needs to be the next target. If we're still top 4 by Jan the 1st, I'll be delighted, as will I. What's the reason, in your opinion, why Maresca keeps insisting on playing Sanchez? Maybe not fully convinced by Jorgensen. Maybe doesn't fully trust him yet. Yeah, those are the reasons that I'm thinking right now. Jackson brace, hope so. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. We'll win against Villa. I hope so. Chelsea, Australia. Let's dive into the team then, guys, as well, by the way. This is not a predicted 11. This is what obviously I would like to see. Yeah, we're up to 54 now. It's updated. We're up to 56 now, guys. Now the people are waking up. Let's have a look though, guys. Let's have a look. We are cooking, people. Right. Here we go then. So, we have got the team on screen there. Rough shape of how we'll probably set up in possession. And this is what I mean, yeah, ideal in more ways than one. But yeah, we're rolling. Guys, get your preferred 11s in the chat tomorrow. Get your preferred 11s for tomorrow in the chat. Look, we'd all love Philip Jorgensen to be in goal. There's no point putting him in because we know he's not playing. So it is going to be Robert Sanchez. Just please, the best thing we can do, right, is defend really well so that Sanchez has nothing to do. That is the way to minimize the threat of Sanchez causing us problems. That is the way to minimize. The absolute way to minimize is just to make sure that he's not got anything to do. But I just pray no mistakes, no stupid decision making, no playing people into trouble. Get rid of the ball when it calls for it. And yeah, please, just not tomorrow, Robert Sanchez. Don't do anything tomorrow that's going to fuck us up. Sanchez in goal, obviously. And then right back, Malo Gusto. Maresca thinks is confirmed that him and what's his face, Neto will be available. I'm going with Gusto. If Gusto's unavailable, obviously we'll continue with Fofana at right back. That means that Fofana will shift back into the middle alongside Levi Colwill. That is obviously Chelsea's preferred partnership, first choice partnership this season, and what Maresca likes. And I think actually those two have been growing in confidence at the moment with how well they're playing. So yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good on that front. And then in terms of everything else, we're in a situation where, you know, the best left back in the league is going to start at left back in Marc Cucurella. Now, whether it's going to be Cucurella inverting or Gusto inverting, I don't really know. I would prefer Cucurella to invert because I think he's better at it than Malo Gusto is. But that's what I would go with. that is what we know that's going to be the back five tomorrow. That will absolutely be the back five tomorrow, unless Gusto somehow isn't fit. But that for me, that's almost an absolute dead cert to be the back five. And then we'll move into midfield. We already know. We already know one player who's going to be in midfield, and that's Moises Caicedo. So you look at this and you're thinking, right, it's Caicedo. We'll play sort of here. And then we know that Cole Palmer is going to play this kind of advanced number 8 role, which is really a number 10. And then is it going to be Enzo or is it going to be Lavia? Now, for me, I would continue with Enzo Fernandez because of, we can't not play a natural right back in a game when there's a very good one available. You know, we can't do that. You know, we need to be playing an actual right back. I think with Enzo's performance against Leicester and the fact that he didn't travel at all for the Conference League game, to me, points to him starting. And I would start him as well. I would start him. So I'm going to go with Enzo Fernandez to start this game. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Lavia also played, but I think it will be. It'll be Caicedo Enzo. That's for me what it should be. Do I see Caicedo starting against Southampton as well? I think Caicedo is probably the one player that has got a very good chance of starting the majority of these games. For me. Yeah, the one player who I think will start the majority of the games. Mate, Lavia is not in the squad for the Conference League games. Lavia will start plenty of games. I wouldn't be surprised if Lavia started away at Southampton on Wednesday. But yeah, I would start Enzo. But look, it wouldn't be a surprise if he didn't start this game. I would expect him to start. That is what we're going to go with: Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer. In terms of up next, for me personally, I would put Madueke on the bench for this game, and I would play Pedro Neto on the right-hand side, and I would play Jadon Sancho on the left. Now, I know those two things are not going to happen because Sancho played a full 90 in midweek virtually. Neto is obviously fit, but Madueke didn't feature at all in the week. Madueke will start this game on the right-hand side, and Neto will play on the left, is what I think Maresca will do. I would like to see Sancho left, Neto right, or even the other way around. You know, Sancho could play down the right, possibly. He played down the right against Heidenheim. I know it was a lower level of opposition, but he still did. He still did a pretty good job. So yeah, you know, let's wait and see on that one. But yeah. Madueke's performances have dropped off a little bit. He still contributes to the team in a defensive way. Going forwards has not been amazing, but you know the team's picking up the results, so you know it kind of doesn't get highlighted as much. And look, Noni will start this game, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think he'll start against Southampton on Wednesday. I'd like to see Neto and Sancho as the wing options tomorrow. Mudryk, I think, will start on Wednesday as well. He's not far away from a Premier League start. But I think that I think he'll start Wednesday. And then obviously Nicholas Jackson will be up front. And I think Nkunku probably starts on Wednesday against Southampton as well. So we go Jackson there. That is the team that I would like to see tomorrow. Do I think Maresca is going to do that? No, I don't. I suspect that it will be Madueke coming in. And then it's maybe Lavia instead of Enzo. But other than that, those are the only two changes. I think the team, virtually bar one or two picks, is pretty. It pretty much picks itself, other than one or two options on the wings and one or two options in midfield. Other than that, guys, this team is picking itself. and it doesn't look too bad. Right, if it is 60, guys, things are on the up. Let's get this to 70, guys. There are 53 in the building still. Let's get this to 70 if we can. Keep smashing the like button and keep subscribing to the channel if you are new around here. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. I would really appreciate that a lot, people. Yeah, so that's the team that I'd be going with. Looks like it's a pretty strong team. I think it's a team that is more than good enough to get the job done against Aston Villa. Of course, that's in possession. Out of possession, it probably becomes something a bit more like this. Bit more of a box midfield. I would probably invert Gusto into midfield, only because I think Cucurella is better in a back three. So it becomes that box midfield with Gusto inverting from right back alongside Caicedo. You have Palmer and Enzo as the 10s, and you almost attack in a sort of in a 3-2 in a 3-2-5 is how we attack. You've got the box midfield here. Palmer, Enzo, Gusto, Caicedo. You've got Neto and Sancho and Jackson. So basically, that is what we're like in possession. You attack in a 3-2-5. So there's our box midfield with the 4 players, Gusto, Palmer, Enzo, and Caicedo. You've got your back 3, Fofana tucks in as a right centre-back, Cucurella tucks in as a left centre-back with Levi in the middle. And then you've got your 5 attackers with Enzo Fernandez pushing up a little bit higher as well. You could also have a situation where if Gusto does invert into the 10 role, then it would be more like this. You would have Malo Gusto inverting into that 10, and it creates a box midfield like that. Although I don't know why you'd have Gusto there over Enzo, for example. But yeah, that is how Chelsea build up 3-2-5 in the attack. But that's the personnel that I'd like to see. That is also the personnel that I would expect to see as well. I think the only changes we'll see from the team that I've gone with is we'll probably see Madueke start, and we might see Lavia. Other than that, everything else picks itself. So yeah, there we go. That is my team that I would be choosing to go with. Felix had about 20 minutes in the conference. Do you think there's a chance he plays on the left and Neto plays instead of Noni? Look, there's a possibility, but Noni didn't play at all in the week. Look, there's a possibility Felix might start, but I'd be surprised. Again, it depends how fit Neto is. Neto might only be on the bench, in which case maybe Felix has a better chance of starting than Sancho does, for example. So look, I wouldn't start Felix. I don't think he'll start, but you know, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that Felix does start. Not beyond the realms of possibility, guys. Deals, big up, brother. Hopefully we can keep the run tomorrow. Maresca needs to make the right decisions or it will cost himself the game. Yeah, look, that's the one thing. Subs have been too late, really, for the majority of this season. That's one aspect that that does need to change. You know, particularly if the game is level or we're chasing it. Palmer needs to move back to right-hand side of the cam instead of the left because he's not been. Yeah, he seems to be much better in that right half space. You know, so maybe you'd almost have it where let's bring Gusto into the 3, but then that makes Fofana central centre back in the build up. I don't think that's particularly bad. You move Colwell to left centre back, Fofana here, and Gusto tucks in as a right centre back. You build up with your box midfield, as I've been saying. You attack in a 3-2-5. So yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It is an interesting one. Yes, all good, bro. Hope you're doing well. Madueke will start. Maresca said that they had a short time to prepare for Villa, so they'll make big changes due to fatigue. Yeah, look, we're going to make 11 changes from Heidenheim. No one that started the Heidenheim game, I don't think, will start this game against Villa. But then there'll be changes, obviously, against what's it called? There'll be quite a few changes against Southampton. It won't be Conference League level of changes, but there will be changes like Tupac against Southampton. You know, that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. But yeah, you know, that's how we're going to shape up in possession. Whether it's Carrera or Gusto or whatever, or whoever's going to be inverting there. But yeah, look, that team is good enough to get the job done. It's not going to be easy by any stretch. You know, it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. But I think we've got the capabilities of getting the job done. Do I think we'll lose this game? No. But I could definitely see a score draw as a possibility. I could absolutely see a score draw happening as a possibility. You know, a real possibility. So let's wait and see. You know, let's wait and see. Yeah. Palmer will come into the squad in the Conference League when we can register 3 more players in the knockout rounds. Palmer will come in during the knockout rounds. No doubt about that at all. Sancho, yes, I would start 2-1 Chelsea. Yeah, guys, get your score predictions in. That is the team that I would like to see tomorrow. Whether we're going to see that team or not, we'll find out at 12:15 tomorrow when the team news drops. That is when we'll find out. Guys, with 5 likes from 70, let's run it up. The 70 likes is on the cards. It wasn't looking likely earlier, but it is very much a possibility, guys. Very, very much a possibility. So make sure you're smashing the like button. Let's get this to 70 likes. Get your thoughts in the chat as well. Score predictions. What are people saying in regards to a score prediction? Let's have a look. Expect 2-2. 2-1 Chelsea. 4-1 Chelsea is mental. Absolutely mental. Do I have any mods? No, I don't think I do, actually. How do I do that? Is it quite easy to make someone a mod? I might just make some people mods. How do I do that? Let's have a look. Oh, I can add as a moderator here. ACFC, do you want to be a mod? I've added you as a mod, mate. Standard moderator. Save. Yeah, bro. I've added you as a standard moderator. Yeah. No, I've added you as a standard moderator, mate. So yeah, if you wanna accept my request, we can get some mods in the chat. Wonderful. 3-1. Yep, I hope so, bro. I hope so. Yeah, there we go. Moderator in the chat. Got a little spanner next to him. Chelsea Australia, do you want to be a moderator as well? Why not? Let's moderate it. Let's make a few people mods. Chelsea Australia, add as a moderator, standard mod, save. Yeah, let's get a couple of mods in the chat. Why not? Make things a bit easier. Chelsea Australia, I've added you as a standard moderator, brother. Anyway, yeah. Let's have a look if there's anything else to go through. You just need to accept the request, and you'll get a little spanner next to your name. And yeah, you'll then join ACFC as the first 2 mods on the channel. Guys, I'm going to go for about 5 more minutes, and then we will round this one out. Got good feelings. Actually, make a mistake tomorrow. Yeah, I have that feeling heading into every game. So it is what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Not much we can do about it. Not much we can do about it right now. I think it'll be a tough game. Agreed. If Jackson is smart, he'll get a yellow card tomorrow, Mr. Southampton game. Yep. Exactly that. That's what needs to happen. Explain Pice's latest tweet. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where is it? I guess it's just like for a business thing, isn't it? So I don't think anyone can, if they own the trademark, I don't think people can't sell stuff that has got Chelsea or the Chelsea written on it or something. I don't know. What does that even mean? So Chelsea have also now successfully trademarked Chelsea and the Chelsea. Application mentioned in the story from this month. Confirmation came yesterday. Let's quickly read this then. What does this even mean? Does that mean that you can't say it or you're going to get done? Let's have a quick look at this, guys, because that seems a bit of a madness. The new Chelsea emblem, which the Blues have trademarked over their 120th anniversary next year, as they claim to be London's true club. Chelsea have trademarked a new emblem. Great. Insiders insist this emblem has not been created with changing their current badge in mind, adding they would never do that without first consulting fans. Instead, it will be leaned upon in branding as the club prepares to celebrate turning 120. Their application of the boring. At the same time, the Blues have also applied to trademark Chelsea and the Chelsea. But confirmation of that registration is not due for another month. So that's now been received. I don't know what that means. Does it just mean that you just can't monetize that saying? I don't really get it. Yeah, that's not ideal either. We probably do have Neto getting booked tomorrow as well, so that he just misses Southampton so that he can be available for the Spurs game. But to answer your question, Ashraf, I don't really know. I've got to be honest, brother, I don't really know what this means. I don't really know what it means. I presume it's just a business thing where we can't, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, mate. Is the honest answer to that. It's some sort of business jargon. It'll be something to do with monetizing those phrases. So we will we'll wait and see on that one. We will wait and see on that one. Oh yeah, guys, let's get that 70. Is it the 6 now? We are. We've hit the 70 people. We have hit the 70 likes. Absolutely wonderful news. Wonderful from everyone involved. Great stuff, guys. Perfect. Let's see if there's any further news about anything, and then we will look to round this one out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Doesn't appear to be any further. Anyone got any questions in the chat? Anyone got any questions that they want me to answer? Let's use this last few minutes for a little Q&A, guys. Any questions you've got, please do let me know, guys. Any questions you have, let me know in the chat now. It would be greatly appreciated. One away from 70. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, we're almost there. Uh, all right, what do you think on Maresca reminding us there's been no target set for him this season? No, I don't really look too much into it, to be honest. We're not in a title race. He's managing expectations. He's doing a good job. I just don't think it's anything more than that. Um, yeah, that's exactly what I reckon it is. Yeah, look, I don't think they would get Ipswich are getting the ball enough to him. It's going to be difficult when you're in a struggling side. That's the reality of the situation, guys. What's your prediction for the game tomorrow? 2-1 Chelsea. I'm going to go Jackson and Neto with the goals. What's the other one? Oh, yeah. Jackson getting some goals could give him confidence for the Spurs game. Yeah, sure, but I don't think he's someone that's low on confidence with the way that he started the season. Fair. I mean, 5-0 I think is mental, but yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I do think that's mental. Look, in terms of players, Gyökeres is obviously better than Delap, but in terms of what's better for Chelsea and the way that Chelsea are going and the recruitment we're doing, I think honestly for us, Delap would be better for Chelsea than Gyökeres would be in terms of obviously we believe in Nicholas Jackson, and Delap offers that physical profile, that box presence, aerially dominant striker that we don't have right now. So yeah, I'd be looking to go with Delap over Gyökeres for me personally. Not in terms of I'm not saying Delap's a better player, but he's better suited and to how we play and to what we're looking to do than what a Gyökeres would be. But yeah, guys, I am going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's tuned in tonight. It's greatly appreciated. Love for all the support. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you are smashing that like button tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe tomorrow. Sorry, make sure do it tomorrow as well. But make sure you're smashing that like button on your way out, guys. Let's get this to 80 likes on the way out. We're 8 likes away. Let's get this to 80 on the way out, guys. Smash that like button now. Subscribe if you're new around here. Big love to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Enjoy the game tomorrow. I'll be back with the match day vlog after the game tomorrow and match reaction tomorrow night after Man City versus Liverpool. Stay tuned for those 2 bits of content tomorrow. And yeah, love as always, guys. The support's appreciated. Big yourselves up. And I will catch you lot tomorrow. Up the Chelsea, and we are out of here.